All right, let me turn that shit off. All right, welcome back to Bam Smith TV, ladies and gentlemen. We back with another banger of an episode. Recently, I've been seeing online there's a lot of discussion around the gender wars. Well, or not around the gender wars, but I see a lot of people within the black community, of course, black men and black women, like going at it, like letting their points of view be known on every platform about their disdain for each other. And from the black women point of view, I see more, it seemed like bitterness or hatred of black men or hatred of men in general for whatever reason. May it be their delusions that they tell themselves or lies that was fed to them from their moms or, their homegirls' lies that they tell each other. It comes from a bunch of different places. A lot of these misconceptions that these females may display from time to time. And some of them are filled with half truths. Some of them full with just flat out lies. I seen a couple videos online recently that I had a reaction to. I wasn't going to create no stitch and put it on TikTok or some shit like that, or just create a reaction video on Instagram and just post it or some shit like that. Some short clip where you ain't gonna get my full thought on the situation. I wanted to give you my full thoughts live and direct on this gender war situation because I've been having a hell of a time trying to think of content for this Bam Smith TV show. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like that's literally the thing that I see all over the place. And it's one of the things that we all have a different point of view on, or we all might have similar points of view on, depending on which side you're on, the black men or the black women. Yeah, let me just get into these videos. Let me just pull these videos up for you. The first one, I seen this young lady talking about the wall that Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, him as a black man, even though I don't agree with all his points of view, I knew that his overall message was to try to get women to be more realistic about their dating goals and not have this laundry list of items that they want to choose a man from. Like he got to be 6'5", he got to make over $100,000 a year, he has to drive a Maserati, he has to have perfect feet, 10-foot long dick, could jump out the gym and fight 20 niggas. You know what I mean? Like he just wanted to be a little bit more realistic in their goals or their expectation of other men. I think that was his overall message. I've watched a lot of his shows in its entirety. I didn't just see the short clips, because if you see the short clips, you're like, damn, this nigga's rude as fuck. I watched a lot of his clips in its entirety, and for the overall message that he was presenting, it was just about being more realistic for women and men, because he talked to men for 2-3 years before he even talked to women. But a lot of women, I even seen black women like Vivica A. Fox celebrating the man's death that he passed. I'm not gonna get into that, like I say, but it was funny that she used his shit when she was talking about it. Let me just play the video for you.
I just wanted to let y'all know I will officially be hitting the wall in a few days. Now, I had already hit the wall when I turned 30, but I'm officially hitting it at 35 in a few days. And per Red Pill, I am leftovers and don't no man want me. So therefore, I will be embracing my down alone era with my dog Brody. And I do want it to be known, it's not really that bad at the wall. At the wall, you don't get cheated on. You don't have nobody having outside babies on you. You don't have no 6-figure man trying to manipulate you with money. You don't have nobody fighting with you about who gonna pay for a date. It's very peaceful at the wall. You're not in competition with no other women. You don't have to be feminine, fit, and friendly. You can be walking around with your resting beef face every day if you want to, because don't no man want you. You undesirable, so it don't matter anyway. You get to just live your life. So while you may not get you a high-earning 6-figure man, you become the high-earning 6-figure woman.
Okay. First of all, let me say that was funny at the end. You become the highest 6-figure earning woman. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Like, that's like you're going to be a hermaphrodite. You're going to be a man and a woman all put into one. Like, what the fuck is this? No, you're not. You're going to be lonely. You're going to have all of the things that you want to have, which is gonna be lonely, which is okay if you like that kind of shit. I mean, everybody, you know, whatever floats your boat is different strokes for different folks. God damn. Did you have to get online and just, you know, just go at everything everybody said about a black woman ever in the history of time? Like, you know, and use that to classify or categorize every man that you see. Like, oh yeah, like don't fuck with me because I've hit the wall. I'm a black woman hit the wall. And before you guys, I don't know, because it might be some people that don't think or seen that video and don't think that she thinks like that. I got another video for you I want to pull up where she was talking about that. All right. Here we go. I see I'm gonna have to pull it up from here because pulling it up from over here, it just fucks with my whole setup. So I'm gonna go to this and we're gonna do it like that. So that's her point of view. Like I was saying, like, yeah, okay, you know, you want to be one of those females are categorized or classified as one of those females that, yeah, you hit the wall, you want to die alone. Like, all right, we get it. You want to die alone. You don't want to be a guy next to you because of the things that Kevin Samuels said about you, even though he's dead and gone now, or the things that he said about black women in general being 35 and, you know, aging out or whatever at that age. Let's discuss the reality behind the wall and women aging out at a certain age. It's from a fertility standpoint, you know, like let's look at risk pregnancies. Let me just pull that up on the screen for you. Simple Google. A simple Google search. After age 35, there's a higher risk of pregnancy-related complications that might lead to a C-section delivery. This risk of chromosomal conditions is higher. Babies born in elder mothers or older mothers have a higher risk. Okay? Like, come on. Come on. This is straight from the Mayo Clinic. You guys, straight from the Mayo Clinic. You can choose to believe whatever reality that you want to believe about men being attracted to women over 35. But from a fertility standpoint, it is a higher risk for you to have a child. And reality is, it depends on the man. I think that the majority of men want to have children. So it's hard for a guy to say, you know, let's be together, let's get into a serious relationship if he knows seriously that he's going to want to have kids. Say, for instance, what if he's a guy, right? Let's get that off the screen. All right. Say, for instance, you meet a guy, right? And this guy is smart. This guy, you know, is stable, financially stable. He takes care of himself physically. He goes to the gym and works out and stuff like that. And he said to himself the whole life, he don't have no outside children. He don't have no baby mamas. He took care of himself his whole life, and he gets into his 30s, right? men in their 20s, like they're still trying to figure their self out for the most part. Everybody in their 20s. I'm not just gonna say men, I'm gonna say women too. For the most part, in your early 20s to mid 20s, you always trying to figure life out. You don't really get into your career into your mid to late 20s. I mean, if you're lucky, you might get in off the rip if you know what it is that you want to do from high school. And if you have somebody mentoring you in your ear the whole time. Yeah. But for the majority of men, as they start to get closer to that 30 number, that's when they really start to get focused on what it is that they want to do in life from a career standpoint. So the finances might not be there yet until they get into those ages to be able to foster an environment where they can have children and raise their children underneath their roof and provide for their children and their significant other, their wife. You know, it's almost disingenuous how she comes across like there's no reason why people talk about a 35-year-old wall or whatever. They've done movies about this, 35 and ticking and shit. Like y'all, you know this as a female, you know this as a woman, that wall, quote unquote, is there. So to get mad or get upset about that and use that to go on a tirade about it, you know what I mean? And attacking men like we have some unrealistic expectation because of that 35-year-old, and then to be mad at men and to go in further and be like, yeah, like I'm going to shut myself off. I'm going to be 35 and older and single. Whatever. We know that you're not going to shut yourself off from men. We know when you get that urge. We know where you're going, ma'am. Stop it. Stop the cap. All right. Stop the cap, please. Please. But that's all I want to say about that. It's just the delusion, her being upset about some shit that most black men hasn't done to her, you know, and her to getting online and talk about since she hit the wall, she's going to be happy with being lonely and single or whatever the fuck she was saying. Like, I feel like that whole video that she created was unnecessary. So let me go to the next video, because I got a bunch of videos that I seen that I just had I couldn't believe it. Let's go to this one.
Black women are not comfortable with like women.
All right, here go the next video.
Black women are not comfortable with like women. You need to do this. I don't like that shit. Don't tell me what the fuck I need to do as a woman when it's like you're not a woman. So it's like I understand. For the real man, I understand that. No, but I want to be treated again. It's different. You can't tell me as a woman what I can do.
Damn, that shit loud. See what I'm talking about? It's like I don't know what it's like. It's this experience of communicating with black women nowadays, or just a lot of women that are minorities or whatever, that kind of fall into the urban communities and the urban culture. It's like their mindset is so like brolic, you know what I mean? It's so broke, so brazen. Like nigga, you can't tell me shit, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? But still, you know, make sure don't nobody whoop my ass. Make sure don't nobody rob me. Don't make sure you open the door for me. Like, I can tell you everything that you can do. You can't tell me shit. You feel me? And to talk about that and say like, no, that's wrong. Like, that's, how can you tell me whatever the fuck you want to tell me to do? And I can't tell you shit. It's like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, don't deal with me. Like, I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna do me. No, nobody's gonna deal with you. No, nobody's gonna deal with that shit. That's the reality of the fact. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have much to put on. I don't have much to say about that shit because, you know, if I'm asking you, and one thing about it is, nobody's a dictator here. Nobody's a tyrant. Ain't no Hitlers walking around here. Ain't no fucking Fidel Castro, or ain't no Kim Jong-un in a relationship. Like, yo, it's a request. At the end of the day, if a man asks you to do something for him or asks you to do something in general, like fulfill a role that you know what I mean, a part of the relationship role that you signed up for, kind of when you signed up to be in a relationship with this man. And if this man is doing what he's supposed to do in a relationship, like, why is it that you can't? You know, it's reasonable. If something somebody's asking you is reasonable, like if somebody asks me today, Joe, can you give me a ride to Fort Lauderdale? Right? I'm gonna say, all right, that's a reasonable request. I have a reasonable request from you. Can you give me $15 to $20 gas money? Now, some people might say that's unreasonable, whatever. I ask you to pull up your Uber app and find out how much that ride costs and give me close to that as possible. You don't even have to give me the, if Uber charge you 20, I'll tell you, okay, then give me 15. If give you $5 discount. Most motherfuckers be like, oh, that's a great deal. You get the unreasonable people like, no, what the fuck? You're supposed to do it for free. Like, and your car doesn't run on air. That's an unreasonable request. You see what I'm saying? It's one of them situations where I try to tell people relationships could or should almost be like a negotiation. Like, it's a business negotiation to a degree. When you get married, marriage is kind of like a business deal. You feel me? I'm sorry to say, but you don't need a contract professing your love for somebody, and a marriage certificate is a contract. Because once you get divorced, that's basically breaking the contract. You have to cite the reasons why. And then on top of that, they begin to end up dividing up most of y'all shit. Okay. Anything that you can profit from, marriage, you can profit from, bro. It becomes a business deal or a business arrangement. So people got to get serious about these relationships and understand that, you know, when you are with somebody, you're negotiating with them about what you two like. Within reason, what do they want from you? What do you want from them? You know what I mean? Even if it's not no like relationship where y'all together, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever type of relationship that you create with the person, you got to get it understood what you want from them and what they want from you. So there's never a misunderstanding when it comes to you moving a certain way or you acting a certain way. They be like, well, this is a situationship, or this is friends with benefits, or this is a boyfriend and girlfriend arrangement, or this is a marriage. Like, with each one of those types of relationships, there comes their own specific expectations. And with those expectations, the other person says that if I'm handling my end, you should handle yours. So if you can ask a man to take you out, not necessarily ask, if he just handles his business in taking you out, you feel me? And he expects you to handle your business and cooking something for him from time to time, it should go without saying. The man shouldn't even really have that conversation with you past that. You know what I mean? But even in today, if he has that conversation with you past that, and you're like, oh, you can't tell me shit. And then like what the fuck? I've been handling my business the whole time without you even having to tell me shit. So the fact that I'm over here coming to you, I'm still trying to work things out with you. Just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, be realistic. That's all. Just be realistic. So I got some other videos I want to cover. Speaking of being realistic. Hold on. I like this girl's channel. This is white girl that she kind of gives like a realistic perspective on a lot of the females' expectations. I think her name is, I think it's Just Pearls on YouTube. She has a good channel about this stuff. So I want you to look at this. Check this out. First of all, who the fuck is buying her that engagement ring? That's number one. Maybe her dude is rich. I don't know. But that's crazy. That's crazy. God damn. That's more than some people make in their whole lifetime. Some people. Well, no, that ain't some more than some people make in their lifetime. That's some more than people make in a lot of time, like a decade or some shit like that. You know, I don't know, man. That's crazy. $200,000 on the ring. You wouldn't want to invest that into a property. You wouldn't want to, you know, flip that some other kind of way and make millions of dollars and shit like that. Like, I'm pretty sure from what I can tell, her hair and makeup and all of that stuff not being next level, like how it's supposed to be. If you're living that type of lifestyle, if you want a $250,000 ring, you must at least be, you know, living a millionaire's lifestyle, like a real millionaire's lifestyle. So, and she don't look like she's living a real millionaire's lifestyle from what I can see. But, you know, looks are always deceiving. I'm curious to know what her lifestyle is like or what she's living like if she's asking for a ring like that. See what I'm saying? Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. You're comparing yourself to another girl that goes to yoga with you, and you're trying to enforce that comparison upon your relationship. That's a guaranteed way to make your relationship end. You know, if you expect a $200,000 ring, I don't care how much money you get, I don't care how much money you got. If a female puts a number on the type of ring that she expects from you in a relationship, it's a red flag. That's a signal to this ain't the person that you need to be marrying, because they're going to continue to keep their foot on your neck for that expectation. And even then, if they get it, they might not be happy still. So. Yeah, that's crazy. And it sounded like she ain't even in a relationship for real, for real. Can't hear it. Motherfucker, you should have been said something, nigga, if you couldn't hear it. Well, I'm gonna pull it up on the damn screen so you can see it. Same two videos. In case for whoever didn't see the last two videos, I know I pulled up the first one direct, so I know people seen that. So I'm gonna play this one for you.
It's black women are not comfortable when you be like, women, you need to do this. I don't like that shit. Don't tell me what the I need to do as a woman when it's like, you're not a woman. So it's like, I understand.
Y'all tell us what a real man is all the time.
I understand that.
No,
but I'm
I
telling
don't-
you
I
how I want
don't.
to be treated. Again, it's different. You can't tell me as a woman what I should do.
Women-
It feels different.
So you don't think that women's out here telling men what they should do?
Yeah.
So why is that different?
And a man have to meet those standards.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Would you be cool with a guy that makes less money, but he's a hard worker, like he's ambitious?
Yeah.
Let's say he just started his own business, but he makes $45,000 a year. Would you date him?
You wouldn't be able to afford my engagement ring. I'm getting an 8-carat cushion cut vintage engagement ring. If you make $45,000 a year, it would take you
What?
4 years? No. 8 years to afford
But
my
how much?
engagement ring?
I don't know anything about rings. How much is that?
About $200,000.
Girl, you want a $200,000? Are you
I'm a
insane?
sparkle. My ring has to sparkle from across the street. Like, you have to see that shit. It's gonna blind people.
But that's so superficial. That's
No.
like so superficial.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
Her husband owns a weed company and drives an Audi. So it's about more than just it's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking like you're gonna miss out on a lot of guys because I'm telling
They're not for
no,
me.
but not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, like, if my mom asked for that from my dad would have told her to go find a new boyfriend because there's no way in hell he was gonna spend $200,000 on an engagement ring.
All right, so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to put that shit up there because Ellie said he couldn't fucking hear. If y'all couldn't hear something, y'all got to let me know in the chat, and I will put it directly to the video feed. But those were the videos that I reacted to just a little while ago. I guess there was no sound on the videos, but anyways, my comments on them still remain the same, is what I said. A man not being able to tell you shit. I mean, at the end of the day, that's cool for if you want to be alone and having an unrealistic expectation and comparing yourself and your relationship to another female that goes to yoga with you in an effort to enforce a certain income threshold on the relationship that you're going to have. You're going to be unhappy. And for eventually, you're going to be unhappy. Even if it satisfies you for that little short period of time, eventually in the long run, you're going to be like, nah, this ain't working out for me. And we got to get realistic about relationships and understand that from a financial standpoint, when you get married to somebody, it's almost like a business. So you got to be smart about who you marry. You should always be able to negotiate with your partner or whoever you're dealing with, whatever the terms of the relationship is. You got to know what you want to get out of it. And that's not wrong for having that expectation of what you want out of a relationship. You just got to make sure that, it's what both people want or if it's right for both people. You feel me? So that's that on that front. I seen another video where this guy, and I see a lot of his content on online. It's a guy named Ace Metaphor, and he was talking about men and how they interact with other men compared to other women. And I just thought it was just like one of the wildest shits ever, so I wanted to pull that up and show you guys.
There's so many men that don't like women, but they're sexually unattracted to men, and they have no choice but to deal with you. And they act like it, don't they? Like, these men don't like women for real. They don't bond with women. They don't emotionally connect with women. They prefer to be around men. They respect men. They get along with men. They see men as their equals. They do not view you as it. But the only reason they're with you is because they're not sexually attracted to the men. If it wasn't for sex or power, they wouldn't be with you. I need y'all to watch out for these men. Actually, inquire about whether this man actually like women. Not if you're heterosexual. My question to you is, do you actually like women?
This is shit I be talking about. That pandering shit, bro. Like, we don't need any more Derrick Jacksons. We see how left that shit went, bro. Derrick Jackson got caught cheating on his wife later on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I like y'all, your little chats that y'all be doing. They have a nice podcast, Ace Metaphor podcast, with him and all his homies and females, the little thought females that show up to the show and they talk about different relationship shit. I think the Cruise Season is a cool podcast too, where they talk about relationships. It's a bunch of different relationship podcasts out there covering the gender war, if you will, the battle between men and women, and mostly the battle between black men and black women. But to keep fueling that bullshit narrative that do you like women, because you like hanging around men, or you and your homies go to a football game, putting that insecurity in a female's mind that, oh, he might be gay, and then saying, oh, nah, it's not in a heterosexual standpoint, not in, like, bro, come on, bro. Like, we know what you was hitting at from the moment when you started saying, oh, a lot of these men don't like women. They wouldn't like women if it wasn't for sex. Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up. That ain't got nothing to do with liking a woman or not liking a woman. Just sex alone. That's you got to almost put sex in its own like box. You feel me? Because sex is different for men and for women. You know, like we get different things out of it. You know what I mean? Even though we both climax at the end or of whatever type of arousal we get from it, but at the same time, a lot of women, for the most part, the way sex goes for them, sexual intercourse, their reproductive organs are different. You know, I don't have to get into a whole sex ed class, but you just know that we get different things from sex. And in a relationship, we have different responsibilities. So how we get along with each other is going to be different in some level, some degree. How we get along with each other got to be different, right? For a man and his woman. You know what I mean? You don't see me sitting up, laid up, or sitting next to my homeboys talking about, you know, everything that I went through my childhood. Mostly guys don't give a fuck about what the hell you went through as another guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's only like your best homies. Like, that's like your brothers and shit like that. But the next thing you're going to say is because a man has a brother that he's close with, oh, yeah, he might like his brother on some other level than him being his brother, bro. Like, your whole point was just total and utter bullshit and garbage, bro. Like, and to see another dude, another black man at that, make a point like that, a nonsensical point, you know what I mean? It just like, bro, it just got me like thinking like a lot of y'all niggas really didn't grow up in the hood, or you don't know no niggas like your fathers wasn't really there, like for real, to teach you how to interact with another man. You feel me? Or show you how interacting with another man is supposed to go. You feel me? Like, one thing I tell you about men, it ain't nothing till it's something, right? We all have common interests. We like playing Call of Duty together, or we like playing basketball, or we like playing football. That's what we bond over. Shit like that. You feel me? I'm pretty sure if our female likes playing these games with us and she bonds with us over that, then we're going to have a similar type of relationship dynamic toward, it might even be closer if she bonded with us over those type of things, because we playing Call of Duty with her. We go from being on the game to her cooking us something to eat, and us laying down fucking. You don't think you're going to have a great relationship with a female like that? Come on, bro. So I don't know what to say about that nigga, that video that old boy put out. It just, you know, it annoyed me a little bit seeing that goofy ass shit. Somebody commented. I could say the same with women, but the difference is more women than men going to fuck around with the girl and they homegirls all the time. I get what you're saying. You're basically saying that a woman would more than likely have a gay encounter with her homegirl than a man would with his homeboy. Might be true. That might be true. But at the same time, I just think that the main point or the initial point is bullshit to begin with. So it doesn't even make no sense getting into a thought experiment of, oh yeah, are you know, attracted to your homegirl or your homeboy because you only get along with them more so than you get along with your female. Like, no, nigga, that just means that you're in a toxic relationship with your female and your homeboy is your homeboy. It's been your homeboy for the longest. And you need to stop dealing with that female and find another one. That's what that means, bro. That's all that shit was at the end of the day. You if you don't like dealing with this female, then you need to find a different female. You know what I mean? Because it just, the whole point from the beginning was bullshit the old boy was making. But anyways, finna get into the next one. Which one is this? Oh yeah. And this is what another one I really wanted to pull up, because I seen this video where this white dude was going on dates, 50 dates and 50 nights is his shit. And there was this black woman that was commenting on it. I don't remember exactly what she said. We're going to watch it in a minute. But I just said to myself, I'm like, bro, like, so when black men date women from overseas or date women from another culture or whatever, a lot of black women have a problem with that. and understandably so, because black men are the ones that kind of, you know, are in relationships, getting into the most relationships, marry black women, more likely to marry a black woman. You don't have to believe me. Look at the statistics. People more oftentimes date within their race or their culture because they have a familiarity with that person and a certain level of comfortability with that person. In other cultures, like I think that Jewish people like almost make you marry another Jewish man or another Jewish female. Damn near. That's like almost enforced in certain cultures. They want you to marry within their culture because they want those genes to carry over and they want the money to stay in within their communities and stuff like that. So black men and women oftentimes are the ones who are marrying each other and who oftentimes are the ones who are dating each other. So I get why a lot of black women might not like when a black man dates a woman of another race, like a Hispanic woman, a white woman, or something like that. But at the same time, do you see these videos, these examples? I'm not saying in general all black women are like that. I'm saying that a lot of times black women are getting a stereotype for being very combative and hard to deal with. They're getting that stereotype. Me personally, as a man, I don't believe nothing in life is easy. And I understand that the history behind what black people have gone through as a community. So, you know, how my mom told me about how Planned Parenthood at one point in time was giving black families money to keep the father out of the household. I understand the imprisonment rate. I understand, you know, so many systemic laws to destroy the black household, like over time, how that has affected black men and black women. I understand all of that. But I think that black women need to understand that as well, too, so they can understand why certain things are the way that they are. And then not only that, choosing to deal with the men that don't be concerned with that and being in relationships with them and having children with them, with men that don't understand that. When these things rear their ugly head is when you're having children, you're trying to raise the children and trying to teach them on how to deal with whatever's going on within their life. You know, that's how you have a lot of these ratchet arrangements where, you know, you got kids and the man don't want to pay child support, or the man is on child support to begin with because he cheated or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be smarter with the choices that you choose and who you choose to have a baby with. And then from a male's perspective or point of view, you got to be careful with where you dropping your seed at if you don't have the ability to provide for that. So it's a whole thing, but that's a whole nother show. Like I say, this topic or this content, I didn't want to talk about it on my show, my live stream or whatever, but you know, it was the one that was like, man, like I don't want to talk about Queen Elizabeth today. I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm waiting to think about what I'm going to say about that or what angle I'm going to come at it from. And all of the other topics, like I try to think about them heavily or before I come at them. But this is something that, you know, I see everywhere. And it's something that I myself personally deal with on a day-to-day basis. Of course, dating and being in the relationships that I've been in, you know, certain things that I see a lot, the talking points that I see from each side of the aisle, like men and women. So, but I want to get into this one because this one ain't got nothing to do with black women and black men. Where that shit at? No. All right. Oh, for some reason,
has made a show of going on a date with a woman from every state. And let me just show you why he's getting a lot of hate. I think it's fair to say that my guy has a type. But here's what really makes me mad. This is the girl he went on a date with from Hawaii. Like, sir.
So I saw this video on my IG yesterday, and I put it in my stories because I was confused. And I have this woman blocked here on TikTok, right? So I don't get to see her content. Thank God. Now, y'all know me. I don't care what white people do with their love lives. Matter of fact, I don't care what black people do with their love lives, okay? Whoever you want to be with, you be with. I just know it's a black man for me always. However, when I look at this from a psychological standpoint, and I look at this from a practical standpoint, if there are truly people who are upset by this man's dating style, ask yourself why. It is literally statistically proven, environmentally, psychologically, biologically, all the leads, that we are attracted to, typically, people who look like us, resemble us in some way, have similar cultures, come from the same type of environment as us, so on and so forth. So why is it strange that this white man wants white women? So based on that, you know what is strange? Dating outside of your race, dating outside of your culture, dating outside of your environment. So to me, what I get from this is if black women are really upset that this white man is dating white women, they are just dying to be chosen. And even if you're a black woman and your preference is white men, that's cool. Do you, knock yourself out, have fun with it. But being mad about this, that this person rather choose their own, baby, that's a whole nother Pandora's box. Let me go ahead and get off this internet.
She hit the nail on the head with that one. The young lady at the end hit the nail on that head with that one. Whoever you want to date is your preference, or whoever you choose to date is your preference. But it's just weird that you would be upset that a white man is choosing to date white women. I think that maybe it's a you problem, not a him problem. It's not a us problem. Again, it's a you problem. That's, it's something to do with you on the inside and how you look at relationships, or, how you've been when somebody's tried to approach you or date you. All of these things contribute to you being undateable, or a person not wanting to be with you or not wanting to be around you. So, I think that a lot of times, a lot of these black women, a lot of these black women need to take a look in the mirror. You feel me? Really, really do. Because the delusion, I don't know, man. It's just running rampant in the community. You feel me? Like, a lot of black women, I get it. You have a certain level of financial independency now. You have a lot of women's rights now. I get all of those things, but because you have all of those things, it doesn't mean that you tell the majority, or if not all, black men, fuck you, because I have my level of independence. You know what they say? The greatest test of a man is when he has everything and he has a woman by his side. The greatest test of a woman is when a man has nothing. You feel me? That's our test. Those are the tests that we've been given in life. And because a lot of black women now are getting somewhere and they see black men as having nothing, look at how you treat black men when you have it all, or when you have what you think is it all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I think that that's my time. I just wanted to talk about these topics today because it was just everywhere I go, on every social media app, everybody's talking about relationships. And I just wanted to put my another thought out there about it. I might cover some more about it. If I see some more crazy shout out shit again, I'll compile a bunch of videos together and present it to you guys, and we'll talk about it. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And if you have any videos that you find or any topics that you want to talk about, send them to me, tweet them to me at Bam Smith HWD on Twitter. You feel me? Same thing on IG. You could DM to me. You can send them to me however you send it to me. Send me the video clip. It's the same thing on TikTok. All you gotta do is type in Bam Smith and I'll damn near pop up on any platform. Just if you got something you want me to talk about or cover, send it my way. But that's my time, y'all. Peace.